Episode 1 immediately throws us in, and we see Kami and Socorro standing together with raincoats over each other, and there's an immediate dynamic here. Kami can be seen as the main character, as Socorro is a comedic relief, and my personal favorite character. And this is made very, very apparent when Ricardo is brought up.
Ricardo's so fine, baby. Please.
Yeah, don't question it. And the mood is quickly brought down when Bento is brought up. Now, who is Bento? Bento's dead. It's that simple. And Socorro has some interesting remarks about it.
Oh. Can we use his corpse as a table? Ours is a bit wobbly. What the fuck?
And after this, there's a little bit more conversation, and this is where things become a little less lighthearted, with Kami telling Socorro that they've lost it, and the cat. The damn cat. Remember this cat. This cat is really important to the plot. And Socorro is obviously a target in this situation. And at the end of the video, after the credits, there's Morse code. That's when you know you're in deep, is when you have to do Morse code. But we're quickly thrusted into episode 2, and it immediately starts off with a car crash, and a new character, Julie. And she's depicted with markings around her body and her clothing, red shorts, black shirt, remember that. She seems to be the only survivor of this crash, and she starts to wander. Immediately we can tell she is very weird, but every character is kind of weird, but she wants to die, and even goes as far as calling someone to try to kill her, which is wild. And from what I can decipher, she stumbles upon the corpse from episode 1, but she either ignores it or just walks past it. But eventually she finds a tunnel and camps out, and we are introduced to the cat. Hey, the cat's back. Get used to seeing the cat a lot. Julie is intrigued by the cat, and the cat is intrigued by her. They introduce each other in a very one-sided conversation where Julie seems to understand what the cat is saying. And from what I can gather, the cat tells her that her name is Socorro, which doesn't make sense. That's the character from the first episode. But they press on before we get shown her childhood of where she's sold off to another man. She is too busy with the cat clock though, so that's interesting. But the dialogue from the other room highly suggests that she's being trafficked away or sold to someone, and we come back and Julie and this cat become companions in some sort of way. Episode 3 is the longest of the bunch, but also has the most amount of info and content we can gather. We're introduced to 2 new characters, Bento and Elise, who are in a car arguing before we are immediately sent into a flashback of Elise meeting Bento, and also subtle racism. And then a compilation of them falling in love, and it's cute and positive for once, but guess what? We can never have anything positive. And from what I can see is that Bento starts to go downhill. You can see it in the compilation very subtly, but it's there. And straight after this, we are in a kitchen of some kind, with meowing in the background, and Bento is cooking something with a knife, and he is off, and very clearly starts to go psycho.
Bento, what's wrong? Are you seeing something? Is it a spirit?
I don't know.
And we are put outside with an ambulance showing up, and Bento is crying before Elise. This is the beginning of the end. Bento only gets worse from this point, and it shows. Him throwing tantrums of violence and anger, with Elise having to lock herself into a room to escape, and eventually she breaks. She tells Elise she needs a break, she needs time alone, but Bento goes psychotic again and kills her and stumbles away.
Right?
He is now in a tunnel with the cat, face to face, and the cat only says one thing: "You were not the one," before killing him. Now, there's a lot of symbolism up to this point, and one of the biggest ones is red and blue. It is shown in the cat's eyes, it's shown in the ambulance when Bento cuts out Elise's eye, it's also shown in episode 2, it's everywhere, this specific color combination, and what does it mean? My personal theory about this is it's emergency lights. It strikes terror in you in a sense. When you see emergency lights, something is wrong, right? So when somebody has the emergency lights in their eyes, which is depicted when Bento stabs Elise, when Bento kills Elise, and is even shown on Socorro a couple of times. But I digress. When somebody has ambulance lights in their eyes, it means something's wrong. I think the cat is very involved in this. But what is the series hiding? Well, the first thing to find is at the end of every video, I said earlier, there is Morse code, and links and a message. And upon solving the first video secret, it leads us to Kami's Twitter and channel, which gives us a lot of info. Kami's Twitter is her posting mostly about her friends and showing how Elise is missing, and a link to a blog talking about a cult, which will become important. This Twitter is mostly her talking to fans, as she answered questions about the ARG on here, and it's very clearly gone offline. And going into the follower list reveals her following multiple Brazilian transportation accounts and some trauma core account. But moving on, the channel that can also be found is also Kami posting, and this leads to our first big mystery. It's mostly her posting about her getting a camera and her video diaries, talking about how her life and how it low-key kinda sucks. But the second post here is what's important. It's Socorro and Bento together, clearly before his death, and Bento points out the cat, and Socorro is confused. But one thing I am struggling with on this post is how old it is. It claims it was recorded in 2006, but Bento dies in early 2007. So this must mean he was struggling with the cat for a while before he killed Elise and died. And the final video is the biggest mystery. It's her walking around a metro station, again talking about how her life sucks, trauma dumping on us, and there's one important detail. There's a comment on this post from Elise showing some form of numbers and colors. I cannot figure out what this means. I've tried Caesar cipher, I've tried seeing if it was a coordinate, I've tried just deciphering it normally. I cannot figure it out. So if you know, please let me know. Episode 2 and its secrets. It's more about the cult. Remember Julie and her outfit? This is related to the cult. Earlier, remember how I said how there was a blog to a cult? Yeah, this all ties together. It is a murder and suicide cult that is based around either taking or giving your life towards the greater good. And if you don't comply, there is chances of torture or even worse. And you're put into two categories. Either you murder for the cause, or you die to the murderer for the cause. and you're assigned clothing based on what you are. And that is red shirt, black shorts for murderer, and black shirt, red shorts for suicide. And that is what Julie was wearing. And this makes sense on why she was confused on not being dead from the accident and why she called someone to come murder her. She was programmed this way from the cult. The secret of this video at the end says, "Come to us." It is a link to almost a wiki for Imigrantes Road. I think I indirectly found it from it, but mostly info on the cult can be found here. But another thing I can't solve, what does this sign mean? Why are there cameras? Why is Kami asleep watching these cameras? It has significance, I just can't figure out why. Now, episode 3 is a lot of the cat. The cat appears in still frames everywhere. It's also secretly put into the environment a couple of times and is clearly the main focus. Now, this video will take us to more blog posts, specifically Elise's and Bento's blog, and a lot of images. Now, Elise has privated all of her blogs, as she says on this, and Bento's is public. And immediately, there's also a lot of images. And me and my friend, at 12 a.m., quickly figured out that there was a link hidden in these, so after spending almost a damn hour finding the letters in each image, we got it. A link to Elise's secret blog. And reading it is rather interesting. It's a lot about her as a medium, which was shown in the compilation, and what's important, Bento's downfall, his rapid decline to madness, and it becomes very apparent the cat is causing this. The cat is vital to the plot and story, and I have a few theories. One, my first one that I developed really early, is that the cat represents death. The cat is the Grim Reaper, but more like Final Destination, if you get what I'm getting at. But why is Socorro not dead yet? Because clearly the cat has an interest towards Socorro. Well, in the secret video based around New Year's, I haven't talked about this one yet, but there is one, all 5 characters are shown hanging out, and we can see the date 30/11/07, and also 31/11/07 is shown, but this date is only shown when the video goes off or the cat is referenced, and I think this is the day Socorro is supposed to die, or something is going to happen this day. And this date is also shown everywhere in episode 1 and 2. If you look really detailed at some of the sprites and some of the art, you'll see the number, which is strange, because that date hasn't happened yet. In the main story, we never go that far into 07. We go to late 06 all the way to May 07 at max. And another theory is that Julie and the cat are going to be the bad guys. And I say B because I believe there is so much more to this story than what I have just found. But they show very antagonistic traits. You can see it in the way Julie talks and the cat. The cat is very obviously antagonistic. You can also see one of the messages at the end of episode 1 or 2 says, "I'm just misunderstood." No, you're not. You're killing people. I hate to say it. Also, the cat's name's Petica. I did not know this till early editing, and the only reason I know this is because it's revealed in a concept art on their Discord, but that's cool. There's still one episode I haven't talked about, and it's episode 2.5, which was posted rather recently, about a month ago from this recording. But it's Julie talking about her and her friend, and the friend being the cat. They're best friends, and she now has a reason to keep going and implies that they have plans. What does it mean? I don't know, bro. I really wish I knew. And a few loose ends I have now. Things I haven't fully discovered, or things I can't solve or can't find anything about. Lillian is a secret character I've yet to talk about. She can be found from Socorro's blog, where a video of her with red and blue eyes, clearly from the cat. She's breathing heavy with blood on her, and the room, which is connected to something called the gas station murders. But I still don't know how to connect anything to this. I don't know why this matters, or it's just confusing to me. And Socorro's blog, again, has images hidden in the art area, which has link pieces in each one, but I can't seem to put them together in a way that gives me a good link. Every time I try, I just get a dead link or it's some random tech website. And another part of this blog is how her intelligence has seemingly gone down over the course of time. Maybe the cat, I just don't know. Also, she has a channel. Like, it's not Kami's channel, it's Socorro's channel. And it has 2 videos, and they're both cryptic. I can't figure out what either of them mean, which is why I haven't talked about it much. And if you know anything, please tell me. But I just want to say now, thank you, and you should go check out the original series. I tried not to talk too much about it, even though I did, because I want you to go watch it yourself. It's really good, it's underrated as hell, so thank you.